Hey guys, this is Unit 11 and it's going over appraisals and value. And we're going to start with number 1 on additional practice. A building 100 feet by 250 feet has a replacement cost of $130 per square foot. The land is valued at $150,000 and the building's depreciation has been estimated at $75,000. What is the value of this property via the cost approach value? So we need to figure out what the replacement cost is first before we can take depreciation. So let's find the area. 100 by 250. That is 25,000 square feet. That's the area of the building. And the replacement cost is $130 per square foot. So we're going to multiply that to get our value. That comes up to $3,250,000. That is our replacement cost. Okay, it gives it a depreciation of $75,000, so we need to subtract $75,000. That is our depreciation. And that leaves $3,175,000 as the building value. Now we need to add the value of the land. So we're going to add $150,000 for land value. So the total property value is $3,325,000. So your answer is B. Number 2 says the replacement cost of a building has been estimated at $150,000. The building was estimated to have a useful life of 50 years. It is now 2 years old. The land is valued at $50,000. What is the estimated value of this real estate via the cost approach to value? So let's look. The value that was given is $150,000. That's the value given right now, but it has a useful life of 50 years. So let's divide it by 50 years to figure out the depreciation. So each year it depreciates $3,000. That's depreciation per year. So we know that the building is now 2 years old. So if you take 3,000 times 2 years, the total depreciation is $6,000. So since it's depreciated, we need to subtract that from the current value. We get $144,000. That is the building value. But we need to add back in because it said the value of real estate, so it's talking about the whole thing. We need to add back in the $50,000 for the land. To get the total value. So the total value is $194,000, which is B. 3 says an older building being used for storage is valued at $100,000 and produces a net operating income of $12,000 per year. What is the overall capitalization rate for this property? So remember that our capitalization rate is NOI. We have the NOI, the net operating income is $12,000, and we have the value, and what we're looking for is the capitalization rate. So we need to take the net operating income, divide it by the value, 100,000. We're going to take 12,000 and OI. We're going to divide it by the value of 100,000 to figure out the cap rate. You do that, that's 0.12 or 12%. So your answer is C. Number 4, if the owner is selling the property in question 3, and a prospective buyer, which is a 15% capitalization rate, what amount would the buyer pay for this property? So we are going to take the NOI, which is $12,000 per year. We're just working this backwards now. It gives us a required cap rate to figure out how much someone can pay for it to make sense. So this is the NOI, and we are going to divide it by the capitalization rate. And it gives us a rate of 15%, so 0.15. Remember, when you divide by a decimal, it gives you your number. So when you divide the 12,000 by the cap rate, you come up with 80,000. So your answer is A. Number 5 says, in computing value by the cost approach, the appraiser estimated the remaining economic life or years of useful life of a building to be 40 years. The replacement cost of the building is estimated at $170,000, and the age of the building is 8 years. The current value of the building is. So we have the replacement cost, I'm going to call it RC, is $170,000. And it gave us the life of the building is 40 years. So we're going to divide by the life of the building to get the depreciation rate, or the depreciation amount per year. So when you divide that out, you get $4,250 in depreciation per year. Now it says the building is 8 years old. So we can multiply by 8 years to see how much the building has depreciated over that 8 years. When you multiply that out, you get 34,000. That is total depreciation. So you take 170, the replacement cost. We're going to take away the total depreciation, which is the 34,000. And that gives us 136. So your answer is